a lot of sport, rep basketball from year 6 to last year, netball, cricket for a year, cross country, athletics, just trying to be in every single sport I could.
Tell me more about basketball. What level did you make it to?
I only made it to rep basketball, so Melbourne Tigers, which is based here, and played. My first year I was a train-on player, and then actually was starting 5, so that was 14 sixes, so that was like the lowest team. And then I moved up to 14 threes, and then 16 twos for 2 years, and then 18 twos for 2 years as well. So didn't crack a ones team, but played pretty much the whole game when I was in the twos, and tried out for state, but never cracked a spot.
So when did footy come into it? Like, how did you even crack into Dragons? Like, where was that? What was that process like?
Yeah, so I started playing, I think it was under 14s for 1 year, maybe 2 years, and then COVID, and then started back up because I wanted to focus on basketball, but when I just didn't find the love for that anymore. I started playing footy again last year, and got the email to go in the Next Gen program, and then was selected for Dragons, and the whole thing started.
And I guess that movement into Sandy, what was it like being in the first sort of development program in the football sense? Because obviously you had a bit of experience at basketball. What was the differences, and did you feel at ease, or was it a bit of a transition? Yeah,
it was a bit of a transition, just because most of the Dragons girls already knew each other. They had a couple of years in the program, so I did want to make myself known around the club and get to know the girls and the coaches. A huge step up from basketball. It felt more elite, and that's why I think when I realised that I could take my footy to the next level, and just enjoyed playing there.
Well, I guess you said it was more elite, and did that actually give you what was your goal going into this year? Was it actually to put yourself in contention come the end of the year, or was it, even use this as a stepping stone for next year?
The start of the year, I had no clue where I'd be at the moment. I didn't know that I would be even in contention for the draft. I just thought this is a year that I can improve my footy, and a stepping stone really.
What was the first couple weeks of your season like? Because I know you didn't play to round 3, and where were you starting in terms of position, and what was your goals around that? Because did you actually have sort of a mindset on where you wanted to be at the start and the end, or was it just take it as it goes?
I wasn't sure if I was going to be selected, but Martha wanted me to play halfback, and I've never played that position before, and I was definitely, let's do it. I want to try anything I want, like anything new, and really enjoyed it as much as playing midfield.
What made the switch into the midfield? Was that your choice, or was that just sort of a coaching decision as well?
Yeah, I think that was a coaching decision. Rotating through mid to halfback is where the coaches saw that I could play my best footy, see my best footy at. Yeah.
And then, before Vic Metro, I guess leading into the trials, what was sort of the discussion in your head saying what did you want to build into that champs period? What were the main goals? Like, did you know you were a good chance to crack into that Vic Metro team?
No, I didn't. I had no clue that. I didn't realise I was going to be able to crack into the team. I just took the trial game as a game to have fun and enjoy my game, and that made me play my best game, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, it was just a huge honour really to be selected for Vic Metro. I've never had that experience before, so just finally being able to showcase my skills and show that I can prove myself really.
What was that level like compared to Sandy in terms of you obviously had an opportunity to present your skills at a different level? What was sort of the coach's message to you during that champs in order to elevate yourself to the next level around that talent?
Yeah, Ross, the backs coach for Metro, he just said, play your own strengths, do what you need to do. showcase what you have and just have fun when playing, and I think that really helped me just to play against such amazing players and play with amazing players.
You won the Coaches Award after the Vic Metro Championships. What was that off the back of, and I guess what was the feedback out of that champs that just elevated you even more?
Yeah, didn't realise that was an award that they were giving out. Had no clue I was going to get that, so that was a huge surprise. And I guess my ability to, I guess I was just asking coaches for feedback, getting around the girls, helping them up, being a leader. My coachability definitely helped me get that award, I think, and that just gave me the more confidence to go back to Dragons and play the rest of the season out.
And then on those games, what do you feel? How do you feel coming out of them internally? Because I have my thoughts externally, but what did you think? What do you feel afterwards? Were you pretty happy with that? Did you feel like you were able to just come back to Dragons and elevate to the next level, or do you feel like there were still improvements out of it?
Yeah, I think my first 2 games for Metro against the Allies and SA, I think I was really happy with my performance, but I knew I could improve a lot more, and I was satisfied with myself after the game, but I think the 3rd game against Country wasn't my best game, and I think I let the nerves rattle me a bit, but I knew that after playing those 3 games for Metro, I could bring more support into the Dragons program and help the other girls that didn't get to showcase their skills or didn't get selected for Metro, just to be a leader and help them improve their own game.
Well, then externally the pressure was the best I probably saw in that champs, and was that something you've always sort of brought throughout your juniors, even in basketball?
Yeah.
Has that been a staple of your game?
Yeah, definitely. I love the pressure and physicality, and I think for basketball I would be the player to defend the key players for the other team, and I just tag them really, so that pressure is really key role in my game.
How did you bring that into footy to sort of add to another element to tactically that may not have been there? Was there sort of a message from the coaches that pushed you to do it even more and more? Because like I know you've sort of said your decision making could let you down, but don't you sort of say to yourself, well, I make high impact plays and it might lead to a turnover. You expend your energy, but well, how do you sort of balance that, like in your game? Yeah,
I think the first half of the season was a very one-sided player, more the defensive, and after Metro, Martha said that she really loves my defensive side but wants more of the attack and the offence. So just trying to equal out the defense and offense.
And what was the strategy in that? Because your inside 50 numbers were very high in the last 6 or 7 games, and where did you actually make that change in what you were doing? Was it just around training that you built on that, or was it just instinctively in the game you just sort of had that mind to just go forward, pressure and go forward?
I think both training and instinct. I think just my ability to drive my legs out of contests and use my speed as my strength just to get away from players and attack the ball.
And were there any key lessons out of any games that you sort of changed your game because of at any point throughout the year?
I think a key lesson was focus on the process, not the outcome. That was kind of the Dragons' motto. And I think just controlling what I can control on that day in the moment.
Was there you talked about that with Martha, that bringing that offensive side. Was that a turning point in your season?
Definitely, yeah.
And why so? Do you believe that was your best football that you've played throughout the season, and do you believe that's an element that you think probably wouldn't have got you to that position if it hadn't been added?
Yeah, I think the Northern Knights game closer to the end of the season was probably my best game, just attacking the ball, and if I didn't do that, then wouldn't have had the opportunities that I had this year.
And then I guess post-season, when you reflect on everything, what did you make of your season in general? Because obviously coming from nothing in terms of footy background, do you feel like you accomplished everything you wanted to, at least in this last 12 months?
Definitely felt very accomplished. I didn't realise I had this. I could have this year, and compared to the start of the year, I had no real goals of what I could achieve. But very accomplished. I've improved my growth and development, and just ready for the next challenge.
Do you do anything off field to help with that growth and development as well?
Yeah, just reaching out to the coaches, asking for feedback, just training, doing the 1%ers off the field when I can.
What's your training regime like though? Like, what do you focus on off the field that translates on the field?
Definitely focus on my kicking. The start of the year, my kicking was horrible, and it's still not the best, but it has improved. And Danny, our mids coach, and Sammy, our backs coach, definitely, I've reached out to them, and they want to help improve my kicking more.